What's up? Welcome into your daily Buckeye Blitz for a hump day. Wednesday, August 2nd, 2023. We are into the month of August. I think I forgot to do the first of the month. It's the second of the month. Wake up, wake up. All right. Anyways, you get it, right? I mean, what are we doing here? We're all adults, aren't we? Are we? I'll not tolerate that kind of language on this show. All right. I'm your host, Joe from the Buckeye Cast. As always, bringing it to you. Today's a Wednesday, so that means we got a 4:30 rush hour, 4:30 p.m. Eastern. Be here, YouTube Live, and enjoy all the hijinks. 4:30 to 5, and Friday as well. Monday, Wednesday, Friday is the rush hour, 4:30 to 5. And then Sunday nights, me, Jeff, and Sean get together at 8 p.m. Eastern for our TBC Weekly. All right. Since camp's opening up today, I got some freaking questions around here. And I don't think anybody has answers. But I'm going to ask them anyways. So let's start off with number one. This has to be a no-brainer. Who is going to win this QB battle? That's question number one from me. The Buckeyes came out of spring, obviously didn't name a starting quarterback. Devin Brown injured his finger, late in spring practice. So Kyle McCord got all the first team reps in the final scrimmage and in the spring game. But Ryan Day is going to let Devin Brown back into this competition by letting it go into fall camp for probably a couple weeks. Don't forget, C.J. Stroud was named starter back in 2021 on August 21st. So if we follow that same kind of playbook this year, you're looking at probably the 21st-ish, a day or two later, before, after. I don't know. The 21st is about 12 days before the first game. So you want to make sure you give your starting quarterback, whoever you name it to be, you want to give them a full week of game prep with the ones, and they need to know they're the man, get all the reps in practice, and the backup gets the backup reps, right? I mean, so you're trying to go win a freaking game, man. It's a Big Ten game. I know it's not a really difficult team we're going against with Indiana, but you got to have a guy in place, no waffling back and forth. I don't believe any of this shit we heard during media days that Ryan Day would let it go into the season or something crazy like that. That's asinine. Unless both guys look that bad, that's the only way you let it go into the season. So expect somebody to be named starter around the 21st. So we got a couple weeks there. We got two high-quality quarterbacks to choose from, really. You're not going to see both these guys fall on their face. And this contest was through spring very close, like, a pubic hair difference. Both of them have to have the skill set to run Ryan Day's offense efficiently. Like he says, make the routine plays routinely. You got to maintain that explosiveness in the offense. So they're slightly different quarterbacks. No matter who he picks, I don't see it as a negative. I'm not cheering for one guy over the other. I just think McCord's been there longer. He knows the offense better. He's got more experience. He was a 5-star. Devin Brown was a 4-star. Not that matters. Once you're in the program, you're in the program. But again, I think Kyle McCord's athleticism is very underrated. I mean, very, very. I know he's similar to C.J. Stroud in that he's a pocket passer, a strong pocket passer. He's going to stand in there and wait for guys to come open. But he's probably not as accurate as CJ. CJ was really accurate last season. But I think, again, McCord has a bit of an advantage, not just seniority, but game experience. He played an entire game against Akron in 2021. He was the first man in last year in the blowout situations in the fourth quarter. But you could go with Devin Brown's athletic ceiling. He's got more, wiggle to him, kind of can make plays out in the open field. He's got some raw arm talent, maybe not as honed down as Kyle McCord's, but his playmaking ability, I'm not saying he's a Caleb Williams out there, but in that vein, in that thought process. So expect a starter to be named around August 21st. We'll see what happens. I'm sure we'll get updates throughout camp. Next question. Who are the tackles? And I'm not talking just right tackle, left tackle too. It seemed like during media days, Ryan Day wasn't super excited about Josh Fryer. At least that's the impression I got from some of his interviews. But Fryer is the only guy on our roster that was on our roster last year that actually got a start. He got a start against Indiana last year. He played at right tackle in place of DeJuan Jones. He entered the spring at the top of the depth chart at left tackle, but he has said that it is very hard to switch from right to left. So over the 15 spring practices, it looks like Fryer has earned that left tackle spot. Then you had Zen Michalski and Tegra battling for first team reps at right tackle. Neither won the job. So Buckeyes go into the portal, bring in San Diego State's Josh Simmons. I think that means a whale's vagina. No, come on. Keep it between the wheels. Oh, God. Sorry. All right, Simmons. He's a redshirt sophomore. Started every game for San Diego State last year at right tackle. Brings a little more athleticism to the position than Zen and Tegra had. He's a highly regarded high school prospect. Justin Fry recruited him when he was at UCLA. The addition of Simmons will allow Tegra to move back down to guard where his natural position, where he played. Almost sneezed right into the microphone and camera. That would have got messy. That was a close one. Anyways, so Simmons could lock down the right tackle spot. We'll see. I think it's between Zen and Simmons for that right tackle job. And Tegra, again, is probably going to be in the 2 deep at guard. So your tackles probably will be Josh Fryer, Josh Simmons. For some reason, they call Josh Simmons Jimmy. Don't ask me why. But apparently that's just in the football facility. So don't you call him Jimmy. Jimmy's getting upset. So Simmons, that gives the Buckeyes 2 starters with some experience. Again, Simmons has the full season. Fryer did get a lot of work at the jumbo tight end and that Bison package, short yardage situations. Started the game against Indiana at tackle and then played a lot in the Michigan game at guard when Matt Jones went down with his foot injury. So Michalski is definitely going to compete to get on the field at right tackle most likely, but it's clear from spring he has work to do. George Fitzpatrick could be your left tackle on the depth chart behind Josh Fryer, so we'll see what happens there. So it's obvious that both those guys, though, need to continue to develop before they can really contribute a lot. So then you got freshman Luke Montgomery. Ryan Day had a bunch of glowing things to say about Luke Montgomery. Finley's finest. He has a more athletic upside. And again, when the coach is talking about you, unprompted sometimes, that's a big deal. So not sure he's in the 2 deep or anything like that just yet, but Luke Montgomery, maybe 3 deep. Maybe he runs with the 3s. He did in spring, so we'll see. Again, the tackles, how quickly can Justin Fry get this O-line together and develop them as a cohesive unit? That's got to happen very quickly. It seems like we don't have a lot of time for that. Let's see. And my last question here, explosive plays on defense, are those fixed or what? What are we doing to fix that, Jim Knowles? We know one of the biggest issues with the defense, which was doing well up until week 12. The defense was good enough. And it was top 20, once the season was all said and done. But against Michigan, the Buckeyes gave up touchdowns of 45, 69, 75, 75, and 85 yards. So big freaking plays. In CFP semifinals against Georgia, Buckeyes gave up 11 explosive plays, 7 through the air. I think they give up 10 explosive plays to Michigan. Through the first 11 games of the season, though, the Buckeyes defense allowed an average of 16.9 points. That's great. That is a great average. That is lockdown D. Then the last 2 games, they gave up an average of 43.5 to Michigan and Georgia. So again, getting it done against garbage teams. But when you face a matchup game, like Ryan Day calls it, a talent equated game, defense totally shit the bed. Again, in the first 11 games, the Buckeyes held their opponents to 4.5 yards per play. Last 2 games, 8.9, almost double. So the defense is going to have to win some games this year. You got a young quarterback, young O-line. You're going to have to rely on the defense to go out there in the fourth quarter and freaking shut somebody down, man. Keep them out of the damn end zone at least. So what have we done to fix the defense and the explosive plays? Those are my 3 questions. Quarterback, tackles, big plays on defense. I'll let you know when I find answers. All right. Talk to you later. Go Bucks.